Welcome to the Middleware Tech YouTube channel. In this series, you'll learn about inner class in Python. Null code examples used in the videos will be available on GitHub. Let's get started.
In Python. Again, I'm saying why we need class. Inside a class, I am going to define some method, right? But sometimes I don't want to implement some specific functionality, some one or two functionality based on the project requirement. I don't want to create a separate class. Without creating a separate class, I can implement that functionality using inner class. Okay, for this to implement some of the implementation, we use this concept. Okay, so the thing is that main purpose of this approach is nothing but writing right. So let me show you how I'm going to create an inner class in Python. So class outer class. Okay, and inside outer class you have an inner class. Fine. So define one class inner class. That's it. That's it. Right. So so how we can define inner class in Python? Any class defined inside the other class is called inner class. That's it. One line. That's it. So in this example, I have one class, outer class. Inside this outer class, I'm defining another one class called inner class. So here it is an inner class example. Any class that you are going to declare inside another class, that is called inner class. Fine. The inner class, as I told you, that the approach is used if I'm going to implement one functionality. So without going to create a separate class, we implement that functionality as an inner class. That is the need. The disadvantage is that this is that actually for this inner class concept come into picture. Okay. Disadvantage is that the reusability, it will reduce the reusability. You can reuse it in other location also, but the main purpose of using this inner class is that if I want to implement a specific functionality separately, one functionality without going to create a separate class, I'm implementing as an inner class. Fine. So let me execute one program with an inner class. I think this will be much more better. Okay. So I'm going to create one passage, and this I'm going to define here as this is outer class variable. Fine. Okay. Now this is my inner class, and if you want, you can define one constructor also inside an outer class, default constructor. So how to define definition, and you can define here inside self. This is a outer class stands for default constructor, and right, you can print something. Default Now this is my inner class, and now inside this inner class, I want to implement some functionality. What I'm going to implement this functionality inside this inner class. Write one method. Okay. Print message. Okay. So as we are going to use, and here assume this method is returning some string. Okay. Return some string. Some string like this going to return. Now I want to do some mapping with outer class and inner class. So if you want to do some mapping, then what I want to do is that I want to create an object of this inner class inside the outer class constructor. I want to create an object of this inner class inside the outer class constructor. So what I can do, let's see here. So what I can do, I can create self dot inner class, an object, right? Object of this inner class. Fine. Now this object I want to point out with a particular reference. How? Using self dot some variable like instance equal to this. We can define it like this. Now this, what I'm doing in this constructor, outer class constructor. In outer class constructor, I'm creating an object of inner class. Correct? Outer class constructor, I'm creating an object of inner class. This is my inner class, and this inner class method, what is going to return? Assume it is going to return this class variable value. So how I can call this class variable? Creating an object of this class. Okay, so Control C, Control V dot message. That's it. That's it, right? Okay. Just one example how this outer class work. That's why I just given here. So assume outer class reference OUS equal to I'm creating an object of outer class. Okay, fine. And then creating this object of outer class, I'm going to call this method. So when I'm creating this object of outer class, then this constructor is called automatically. And who is the instance variable for this outer class? Outer instance variable is inner instance. So take this inner instance, Control C, inner instance. This inner instance contain one method called print message, right? So dot print message, Control C, print message. Right. So inner instance dot print message, how I can call this? I have to call this because it is defined inside outer class. I have to call this with outer class object. Outer class object is OUS. OUS dot this. Now it is going to return, right? So use printf. That's it. A small demo that how it worked. Let me check it is working or not. Control C. Open your separate program. So Control V, file save as, and save this file as outerclass.py. Outerclass.py. Okay, and this is the message. And this is your constructor. this is your class, inner class. Inside the inner class, this is your method, inner class method. Okay. And this is going to return inner class method, and yes, both the class completed. Now I came in outside of the both the class, creating an object of outer class and calling the method of inner class like this. That's it. Just save it, file, save all. Now we can see here some problem. In itself, file, save all. Code analysis indent does not match the outer indentation level. Okay, so you have to use tab. So check like this way. You may have to change. Everything is fine inside this outer class. There is some indentation that you have to resolve.
The second method is missing, the def print message.
Okay. So here I'm going to print and print. Yes, I got it.
Okay.
Fine, thanks. Print message. Okay. So file, save all.
And the def in the beginning, right?
Okay, this is the outer class. And
we don't have to put the def word
in the second class. She in the inner class, she want to mention that. Class inner def print message self.
Yes, fine. We have to define this.
Yes, that is what she wants to mention.
Save all. But still now let me check what is the problem. It is saying some indentation problem with this self.
Amitava, you should, I think, you should keep that class, the second class, inner class. It should be in line with the message, right? Because it is under the inside the outer class.
It is saying that here constructor has some problem. Not here. Save all. If you see here, it is saying that the indentation problem in line number 10. That means here. So here, and I'm going to define this constructor for this class. This is a class variable. Now here this is the indentation problem. Let me write it once again. Def init. Okay. And now here move itself. Colon. So file save all. It should go. Everything is tried from your side. Check for anyone it is running.
It's saying this, the issue is with 10th line.
10th line, yes. So this is a class variable. Class variable is fine. No issues on this class variable. You have written proper class variable. And this is a constructor, right? So constructor is also correct. No issues on constructor. And this is a variable value. that we have created. Okay, let me disable this. Then it has gone. File, save all. So
Do you think that there should be a space between equal?
okay, something. File, save all. That gone. That gone. Same things only you are doing, right? Working fine, right? I think some extra character came in between. Okay, so it's working fine. That message is returned by the inner class, right? And we can see here how I can create an object of inner class inside outer class constructor, and I'm going to access to create an object of outer class, and then outer class object dot inner class object dot the method that is defined inside the inner class. Like this way we can access inner class method in Python. And it's very good examples to show how the concept of inner class work.